Welcome to Our Inner Wisdom. I'm your host, Charlie Lundholm. We are in some intense times right now, and we could all use help finding some balance and clarity. To help with that, I'll be sharing channeled messages, interviews, and discussions on a variety of topics designed to help you feel more grounded, calm, and connected to your source. I thank you so much for being here today. Now let's go tap into our inner wisdom. Hello and welcome. In this podcast, I'm sharing a class that I did on New Year's Day. It was a gathering to come together and get ready for the new year, to create our vision of how we want 2023 to be. We looked at things that didn't work and we let go of them. We celebrated what did work, and then we created our vision of how we want our world to be, how we want our lives to be. Now, this was recorded on Zoom, so I do apologize for some of the glitchy audio. And it's a little on the long side. It's longer than my usual podcasts. And there are times where we drop down into meditation. So please don't listen to this when you need to be driving or paying attention. Just allow yourself some time to be, to release, to celebrate, and to create and envision how you really want things to be. And this can be done anytime. It's not just for the new year. I mean, you may be listening to this in June, and that's okay. We always can have that time of creating what we want. So enjoy. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our New Year's gathering. Happy New Year. Yay, it's 2023. Yay. It's a new year with new opportunities and all the wonderful new potential of how we want our life to be. I really like the idea of starting something new from a place of intention and vision. And that's why we are here today, to do that, to honor what didn't work so well last year, to celebrate what did work, and then to have our intention and our vision for how we want this next year to be. So that's why we're here. So let's just start by taking a nice deep breath together. And as you exhale, just kind of allow your shoulders to drop and your mind to quiet a bit. Maybe you're loosen that jaw a little bit. Hopefully you're not feeling a little rough around the edges from celebrating last night. But if you are, hopefully the energy of today will help flush that out. So just another nice deep breath in so we can all connect together. Just grounding into Mother Earth, allowing everything that happened for you to get to this space today to just calm down. And I appreciate you being here and taking your time out of this new day to share with me. So when we think about going into something new, like the new year, what do we always hear? New Year's resolutions. What didn't work last year, and what do you want to get rid of? What do you want to change? Resolution. And so I'm looking at resolution versus vision and intention. So resolution is very determined. You're going to do it or you're not going to do it, period. It's unwavering. It's unflexible. Either you do or you don't. Kind of Yoda, right? Do or do not, or whatever it is that little guy says. But it doesn't give you much room for flexibility. And so if you are resolute about, what do we all do this time of year? I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to lose weight. 3 weeks into January, now you've fallen off. There's no room for flexibility. I didn't do it. And then we can go into a place of guilt and beating ourselves up. We've all been there, right? Been there, done it. Yep. But what if we shift over to vision and intention? I mean, even just saying it, you can feel the difference, right? Resolution, vision, and intention. Now, see, I've said it the same way so that I'm not trying to influence the energy of it. But with vision and intention, it's creative, it's expansive, it's flexible, it's more fun. I have to do, or, you know, I have to create. I think with vision and intention, it's the I get to, where resolution is I have to. And that's a big difference energetically. That's got a whole different vibe to it. Don't you think? Yeah, I think so too. So one is open and one is more closed. And so we get to choose, how do we want to go into this new world? How do we want to step into all of the new potential and possibility of 2023? Determined and I'm not saying that that doesn't have its place for some things. However, create, visualize, intend is a much more flowing kind of energy. And let's face it, flow gets a lot more done than our to-do lists and must do. It's kind of the feminine versus the masculine. And we love the combination of the two. When they come together, it's beautiful. So you can certainly be in a place of vision and creativity, and then bring in some of that determination to make it so. But it's a nice, beautiful combined energy that has forward momentum to it. Okay. So it's important to honor and acknowledge what didn't go quite right in 2022. Now, I'm not saying that dive in and go over it and beat yourself up. And, sometimes even just thinking about things that didn't work, didn't go the way we planned, we can already go into that place of beating ourselves up, or we're guilty, or we're just judging ourselves very harshly. And with viewing things that didn't go the way we planned, it's okay to look at them, acknowledge them, and then set them free from a place of love and gratitude for how that experience served you, because it did in some way. It always serves us in some way when we have those experiences that sting a little bit. He said this, she said that, he did that, she did that, I said that. Oh, I wish I hadn't. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have. I should have. I could have. I would have. All of those have a lesson in them. They can have a huge life lesson, or maybe it's just a little tidbit, a little aha moment. So acknowledging them, giving them a place at the table to say, hey, this is what went on. This is what I've learned. This is what, I don't think I want to do that again. Thank you. And release. So you go into this acknowledgement versus dwelling on things. And we are masters at dwelling on things, are we not? We mull things over. We can mull things over for years, decades. We just hang on, hang on, hang on. And that's a very dense energy. It's totally different than acknowledging maybe something you did that you wish that you hadn't done, versus dwelling on that. Oh, I wish I hadn't done it. Oh, I did it. Every morning, first thing you wake up, you start thinking of, oh, I can't believe I did that. Can't believe I said that. Or I can't believe that person did that to me. We go into that victim role one way or the other, whether we're victimizing ourselves or we think somebody else has done that to us. We can sit in that energy and sit and spin, and it gets more constrictive and more constrictive and more constrictive. I always think about if you get a wool sweater wet and then throw it in the dryer by mistake, how it shrinks and the fibers of that wool get tighter and tighter and tighter. That's what dwelling and hanging on to stuff for days, weeks, months, years, decades can do to our energy, to our beautiful expansiveness. And then you think experience after experience after experience. That can be a lot of tightness. That can be a lot of constriction, a lot of restrictive energy. And then don't forget what you focus on is kind of what the universe says. Hey, well, we like things in balance. She's hanging here vibrationally. So, okay, we'll start bringing things in that match that vibration because the universe, universal energy, likes things in balance, does not like things like this, likes it like this. So, that's kind of an important thing to think about when you are thinking about or paying attention to what you focus on. What do you give your energy to? Because what you are giving your energy to is what you're going to start seeing more of and start seeing more of and start seeing more of. And we've all had that experience too, right? Suddenly, you want a red bicycle. You start seeing red bicycles everywhere. You start car shopping, and whichever car you're, thinking about buying, suddenly you see it everywhere. If any of you have been pregnant, right? Suddenly you're pregnant, you see pregnant women everywhere, right? So, kind of what you're focusing on, you start to see it. You start to give it even more attention in your environment. So, something to be conscious of if you are going into the place of dwelling on the past, dwelling on what didn't work. So, for right now, we're going to move into a process of just clearing out that which didn't go the way we planned. We're just going to let it go. So, and this isn't to say that you have to be, all happy and nothing in the past matters and everything's rainbows and unicorns and confetti flying out of the sky. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm talking about here. This is about acknowledging that sometimes how we plan life doesn't turn out the way we plan it. Stuff happens. We do stuff. Other people do stuff. It's life. It's part of our learning. It's part of why we're here. And I'll share with you something that my guides, the beings that I channel, called the Council of 12. Sometimes it's 12. Sometimes it's the Council of 9. Sometimes it's the Council of 36. I always wonder, where do they go when it drops down to like the Council of 9 or 6? I'm like, maybe they're on vacation. I don't know. Anyway, they tell this. Well, what I should say is that over the years of working with them, especially with my healing practice, is they almost have this feeling of exasperation of why we hang on to old stuff. And so this is how they explain it. They say that it wasn't in our original design to be dwelling on the old stuff forever. So our original design was we come in, we have these experiences so that we can learn. Like we come in with our clipboard of our to-do list. I'm going to learn this, 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 and this. And so in order to learn this, 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 and this, I have to have certain experiences. So you have these experiences so you can go, oh, did it, check it off my to-do list. and move on to the next one. Learn from it, grow from it. And next, leaving all of the lower vibrational energies that were a result of that experience behind, because they don't matter and they don't know where. I think the last time they said it, they're like, we don't know where or when it became fashionable to suffer, to stay in this place of suffering over an experience that happened decades ago or even yesterday. That they're like, we don't understand where that came about, why it came about, but it's not your original design. Your design is to experience, learn, and continue on. And the lighter, the higher vibrational energies of happiness, joy, love, those are beautiful things that we get to take along with us. No problem with those, because those are expansive. Those are in harmony with universal energy, universal flow, with who we are at our core, our energetic soul core beings. That's all in harmony with that. But the anger, that I've been done wrong, the guilt, the anger, the rage, the hatred, the blah, 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 blah. They're like, what's the point? Except that it messes with your flow. So on that note, let's get rid of stuff that's messing with our flow, because we do not want to bring it in to 2023, right? No, we don't. So we're just going to do a little um, visualization, a little mini meditation to just release what didn't work with ease. And it doesn't mean you're not going to be able to remember it or anything, but you don't need the emotional charge around it. That emotional charge is what constricts us and holds us. So let's start. Okay, so we're just going to start by taking a nice deep breath in and allow your eyes to close. And you're in a place of safety and peace, surrounded by your guides, your angels, whatever feels right to you. And we're going to go to a beach, your favorite beach. And you're walking along the beach and you can feel the sand underneath your feet, your bare feet. The temperature is perfect. You can either be there during the day, evening. What does the breeze feel like? Is there a breeze? Can you hear the waves crashing off in the distance? Can you smell the air? Maybe you see some birds. Maybe there's some cliffs. Maybe not. What color is the sand? And then in front of you, notice a big bonfire. Big, beautiful bonfire. And you know that this is just for you. It's been created just for you, just so that you can release that which no longer serves you. So as you walk up to this bonfire, you can feel that it's hot, but you know it's not going to burn you. The flames may be white. They may be the regular yellow, orange, or blue flame color. Whatever you see is fine. Your flames may be purple. maybe red. Whatever you see is exactly what you need to see. And now you just start thinking about 2022 and things that didn't go the way you want, or times that you were hard on yourself or judged yourself, and just throw them into the fire or see them escaping out through your mouth or through your pores, going into the fire. This fire is drawing out from you anything that no longer serves you, anything that's holding you back. As you release with gratitude and love for all of these experiences and how they served you, even if you don't know how they served you, it doesn't matter. Just trust that they did. You got something out of it. There was a benefit, even if it was really hard and really difficult. Allow it to pour out of your body from the core, from every cell in your body. Allow it to just be pulled out by those flames. You can see yourself throwing things into the fire, maybe an experience, that may be a person, maybe a lot of people. Throw them into the fire. It's okay. This is just you releasing your emotional tie to that person or those people or that experience. Throw things into the fire. It's okay. You don't need to hang on to the stuff that didn't work. If it didn't work, it didn't work. It's okay. Let it go. Release from the deepest place in your body. Give yourself full permission to just let it go. Anything that doesn't serve you, even if it didn't have to do with 2022. Maybe you're having memories from 10 years ago. Maybe you're having things that you remember as a child that your soul knows that it's time for it to be released. Releasing everything with love and gratitude. Love and gratitude. Thanking all of this for however it served you. Just release, allow those flames to pull things out of you, draw things out of you. This fire just burning everything up instantly, changing it to positive, new energy. Just releasing, releasing, releasing for just a few more breaths. Throw those big filing cabinets of stored stuff into those flames. Let all those old, stored, heavy emotions, thoughts, beliefs, patterns, throw them into the fire. Watch them burn up. Releasing them again with love and gratitude, because when you release from a place of love and gratitude, it doesn't really give it a portal to come back because you are complete with it. That's a good word. Complete. Release those old emotions, experiences, people, decisions that you are complete with, allowing your energy in your body to be released of that which no longer serves you, letting go of what's no longer a good fit, what you no longer want or need to hang on to. Self criticisms, self judgments, just let them go. You don't need them. It's okay. You have full permission to be bright and shiny in the now, in the new. Okay. You may still be releasing, and that's okay. But we're going to look over to your right, and you notice a waterfall. Beautiful waterfall. You didn't even know it was there before. And you know you have to go stand under it. So you walk over and you stand under this waterfall of light, liquidy light. And this pours into the top of your head, going all the way through your body and then out through your feet, washing away any remnants, any little hiding things, flushing through you. This liquid light also flushes around you, washing away anything on the outside of you, cleansing your hair and your skin, washing and cleansing and clearing those emotional bodies, those energy bodies around you. So all of your energetic space around you in about a 5 foot radius is getting cleansed and cleared, letting everything go down. There's a drain beneath your feet, allowing everything to go down that drain. Everything you release will be changed and recycled into positive, bright, new love energy. So you don't need to worry about where it's going or what's happening. Just cleanse and clear, wash everything away. We'll take a couple more breaths in this space. Getting bright and shiny and clear and clean inside, outside. Beautiful. And one more breath in. And as you exhale, really feel that nice wave of watery liquid energy just flush through you one more time, cleansing every cell, every bit of you. Nice. And now the waterfall just stops flowing, and you stand and know that this beautiful light that is now in front of you is drying you, filling you up. Nice, bright, shiny, in the new, in the now. This light has refilled those spaces where you have released things. Nice. And you go ahead and start walking back up the beach, back towards the room where you're sitting, starting to come back fully into your room. Maybe wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Start to come fully back, taking some nice deep breaths. Nice. Beautiful. Check in with how your body feels right now. How does it feel? Does it feel lighter, a little more open, a little more expansive, a little peaceful, maybe a little vulnerable? Yeah, sometimes when we release the old, we can feel a little exposed. We can feel a little vulnerable, and that's okay. It's all right. It's a time to be gentle and loving with yourself. But don't worry, because we're going to brighten you up. Because now it's time to celebrate what did go right. But I'm going to just give you a couple moments if you want to jot down, if you have a journal or something that you want to write on. Maybe you can jot down if there were any experiences or anything that you got from that. To just take a moment. Or if you just want to sit in this space, or if you're finding it's a little difficult to come fully back, start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes a little bit more. Move around a little, stretch it out. So now it's time to celebrate. So, why do we celebrate what went right? Why do we celebrate that we were good? Maybe we did something good. It's okay to brag. It's okay. Pat ourselves on the back. We are taught that that's not okay, especially as women, right? Don't toot your own horn. Oh, you're getting a little too big for your britches. Bragging is not ladylike. Oh, you're conceited. Look how big her ego is. Did you hear her saying how great she was? Yes, and we judge people for doing it, don't we? And so we keep ourselves a little pulled back. We keep ourselves small. And if somebody else doesn't come, like cut us back to size, we'll do it to ourselves. So this is our space because no one here is going to cut us down, right? To celebrate what went right. What went great? What was good? What was joyous? What made you happy this year? What did you do that made someone else happy? Where did you live your purpose? Where did you live your dreams? What went right? This can be something huge, or it can be something as small as, I smiled at that grumpy guy in the grocery store and I watched him soften. Good for me. I brag. I had a positive impact on the grumpy guy in the grocery store. Celebrate it. Oh, yeah, I did it. Celebrate. Because again, just like with dwelling, when we celebrate, we're anchoring that energy. We're letting the universe know this is what I'm focusing on. This is what I like. I like when I have a positive impact on strangers. I like when I feel joy. I like when I am in my flow. I like when I'm connected to my source and when I'm grounded. When we focus on the things that went right, that we liked, that made us happy, that made us expansive. Then the universe, once again, likes a balance, can come in and say, oh, okay, this is what she likes. So, okay, here you go. Here's some more. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Happiness and joy. Unicorns and rainbows. We're going to get our unicorns and rainbows after all, right? So it's okay to brag. It's okay to notice, acknowledge when you have rocked it and just knocked it out of the park. Yeah, celebrate life. We are so wired to look at the negative, look at the bad, right? Always looking at the bad, looking at the bad, looking at the bad. And society kind of tells us, well, that's what we should be doing. I mean, good God, all you got to do is turn on the news. They never talk about the good stuff. They never talk about people being kind to each other. They didn't say, hey, great thing happened today at the grocery store. There's a woman there who smiled at a grumpy guy and totally changed his day, which in turn had the ripple effect. And he went and had a positive impact on somebody else, who had a positive impact on somebody else, who had a positive impact on somebody else. And you never know where that smile that you gave that guy is going to end up energetically because we're all interconnected. The news should be saying, hey, this woman did this incredible thing. She smiled at a grumpy guy. Because in the web of interconnectedness, that joy, that love, that shift now went global. So, guess what also happens on the opposite? The grumpy guy at the grocery store, you reacted, went into matched his vibration. You went into become a grumpy pants. Grump, grump, grump. Web of interconnectedness. Now that has now gone global. So, see, we can shift the world. We can because we are all interconnected. And I know that's kind of, we hear that, and sometimes it's a big concept to try to grasp, but we are. So we have the choice. We get to choose what we put out into that web of interconnectedness. And by celebrating what we do, by releasing what doesn't work, because we don't want to be putting all that vibe out into the world, right? But celebrating what does work, the joy, that expansiveness, the excitement, the enthusiasm. Doesn't our world need more of that? That love. Putting that out into that web of interconnectedness also gives this like holding the space, or people kind of get hit with it and then they feel like they have permission to, oh, I'm gonna celebrate a little bit. I did something really good today too. Good for me, right? So let's blow it out. Let's expand. Let's celebrate. Let's be happy. Whether the thing that you've done is small or grand, it all goes out to that web of interconnectedness. Let's shift that wiring of focus on the old, focus on the yucky, focus on the negative, because that is part of the old energy that is shifting out. This big energetic shift that we're in is getting rid of that wiring, but it's still there, still has a little juice flowing through it. So now it's time to consciously shift it and say, you know what? I don't think I'm going to be staying in that place of focusing on the bad, because it's also hard on your body. It's a very heavy, dense vibration. Body likes it up higher. It's wired for higher vibration as well. So, all kinds of positive, wonderful benefits to celebrating what goes right. Okay. So, go ahead and get your journals out. And I just want you to jot down what went right. What made your soul sing in 2022? Or even if you want to go back farther, that's fine. Whatever comes to mind. No right or wrong way of doing this. This is all about you. Do what you want. What floated your boat? What made your soul sing? What brought you happiness? What did you do that was great? If it was little, big, doesn't matter. You can even start it out by saying, I brag. I brag. I made a rockin' good dinner last night. I mean, see, it can be something very small, but we still celebrate it because that's also an act of kindness to ourselves. an act of compassion and joy for ourselves. What was great? What was just good? What was fabulous? Just jot some stuff down. So just kind of take a look at your list, read it, feel it. How does your body feel when you read this list? When you think about the things that went really great in 2022 or before? And you feel maybe a little expansion going on. Sometimes we can feel it in our chests, like our hearts, that heart space, that heart chakra starts to expand. When you think about a very loving time, think about the people you love. Don't you feel a little gush? Yeah. Opening those energetic centers. It's important and it just feels good, right? So let's just do it. So we've cleared out what's no longer serving us. We've acknowledged and given a little victory dance to that which did work. And so now let's move into desires, vision, intent. What do you desire? Now, see, doesn't that have a different juiciness to it than I intend? I desire. A little more oomph with the desire, right? I desire. What do you desire in 2023, in this new year, in all of this space of new potential? Every moment, every moment, every moment, you have that potential. It's like this little blank canvas going, there's potential. Paint me however you want that to look. When we go into our desires, we start to go into anything is possible. As long as our mind doesn't come in and go, well, no, I can't really do that. That's not going to happen. This isn't about so-called reality or practical desires. This is about you going as big and wild and crazy as you want, or as practical as you want. What do you desire? What do you want? Put anything down. The how isn't our concern. How it would happen isn't our concern. Just what we want. What do you want? Just write it out. And then what do you want beyond the superficial? Go a little deeper as well. Oh, I want a new house on the beach. Oh, that'd be nice. I want a new car. I want my backyard landscaped. Great. Put it down and go a little deeper as well. There might be more things coming up, like, you really desire to feel content. You really desire to have a strong heart connection with your partner or with your kids. You might desire to live your purpose more, to find your flow, to find a community that you resonate with. You may desire that there really is world peace. That could be your desire. Or you could desire just to have a peaceful conversation with your neighbor. That too, big, small. Get your desires out. And this list is just for you. No one's going to read it. So be as honest and as truthful and as bold and as expansive and as out there as you want to be. No rules, no constriction, no restriction. This is about flow, letting it out. What do you want? At your core, what do you want? And sometimes that's not an easy question to answer. And what do you truly want? I don't know. And that's okay to write that too. If you're in a place of total numbness when I ask that question, that's okay too. You can just write down, I don't know what I truly want. That's okay. Because by acknowledging that, just by putting that out, you're now giving that canvas a chance to come up and saying, here, well, then let's figure that out. Let's realize we have full permission to go on the journey of figuring that out, right? We don't have to have everything all figured out, all planned out. We don't have to. It's okay. Even though there's that part of us sometimes that likes that structure, likes the knowing, especially the control freak part of us. And that's maybe you don't have any control freak part of you. And if you don't, congratulations. You're a rarity. Okay. So now you have your desires, just read over them. And again, if it's a blank page, that's okay. Just pat yourself on the back for being honest and being open to the potential, whatever that potential, that possibility is. Maybe your desire is to just figure out what you desire. Perfect. So let's take a nice deep breath and let's stretch it out. Let's stretch it all out. Maybe just shake your body a little bit. Just kind of rub your hands together, those toes, because now we're going to go into creating. We're going to start creating that vision, those intentions. So we're going to drop back in to that meditative state and we're going to start to create. A lot of what the guides have been saying for a few years now is the importance of having your vision of how you want the world to be, because it anchors that energy in and allows it to manifest. Holding your vision of how you want things to go. It's very powerful. And again, when we're talking about the universe liking everything in balance. So when we go into this state of really visioning, seeing how we want things to be and feeling it as if it is so, guess what the universal energies do? It's like, oh, that's what she's focusing on. Okay, here we go. Let's make it so. Starts to bring those particles in to manifest. And when you really have your vision, you'll start to see where it is manifesting. You will notice it where it is already happening. Let's get started. So, once again, take a nice deep breath and allow your eyes to close. Now, this time, as you are starting to relax and allow your body to sink in a little deeper into where you're sitting, you're going to go to a mountain top. It's a place where you can kind of see the world around you, or wherever you envision yourself is perfect. Start to create your vision of how you want the world to be. We're going to start with the world. How do you want the world to be? How do you want the earth herself to be? How do you want the waters and the air, the animals, the plants? What is your ideal earth? Just see it and really feel it as if it is so. How do you want the people to be? How do you want people to be interacting with each other? See that. Get a vision of people and how they are interacting with each other. See world leaders. What are they doing that is to the highest good of all? And now see your own life. How is your life in 2023? What do you see yourself doing based on your desires? Really feel it. How are your relationships? How are you connecting with your loved ones? How do you want that connection to be? How do you want it to feel? Really feel it. Anything that you desire. How do you see your job going or things that you're working on? How are they going? Really feel how you want it to be. What does it feel like when it's all going the way you want? How are your finances? How does it feel? Really feel having all of your finances, money, all exactly the way you want it. How's your health? Really get that clear vision of how you want your body to be, how you want it to feel, how you want it to look, how you want it to move. Really get that feeling of having that beautiful, perfect health. If you have the thoughts that come in and say things like, well, that can't happen. Well, that's not blah, 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 blah. Just let those thoughts know anything's possible. Because in this place of creation, you are in the field of potentiality. You are in a place of active creation. You are anchoring the energy of that which you desire. So, yes, anything is possible. So, how do you feel when you look in the mirror at your incredible, beautiful body in 2023? How do you want that to be? How do you want that to go when you look in the mirror and go, right on? Feel that as if it were true. Feel it as if it has already happened. We're going into that place that we used to go into as kids. We pretended, we did make believe, right? We dressed up and we owned that part we were playing. Well, now this is the adult version where we are actually energetically creating our deepest desire, our vision for the world, for ourselves, for how we want 2023 and beyond to unfold, understanding and trusting that all of this always unfolds in ways that are only to our highest good and the highest good of all. So, how do you feel in this beautiful world that you have created and envisioned for yourself, for your loved ones, for your community, for the world? Really see it, really feel it, know that you are putting it in place, knowing that you are standing firmly in the new energy. And the new energy is about creativity, manifesting that which is to your highest good, manifesting your desires. And now tell yourself, I choose this. I am consciously choosing this vision to be my reality. I see it. I feel it. I choose it. And so it is. Take a look one more time around your vision. Nice. And now start to come back into your room where you're sitting. Take a nice deep breath. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I invite you to just take a couple of moments and jot anything down into your journal if you want, or if you just want to sit in this space of quiet, expansiveness, connection, in this space of creativity and manifesting. So exciting. as we sit in this field of potentiality that is all around us and within us. We are active manifestors. And another thing that I really like that the Council of 12, 6, 9, 24, 36 say is that the state of nirvana, they call it the nirvanic state. The nirvanic state is the reality. All the sludgy, mucky stuff that we deal with and think is so important is the illusion. That's a pretty big statement. So the nirvanic state is the reality, and all the rest of this stuff is the illusion. So let's break through the illusion. Let's start to see where that nirvanic state is actually showing itself. So I invite you to revisit your vision frequently, see it, feel it, feel yourself already there, feel the earth already healed. In my vision, I see people being so kind to each other. I see people who are in a place of making decisions that affect all of us, knowing that that's their job, making decisions based to the highest good of all, that they're heart based, that they're connected. All of these things, in our visions, when we give them energy, it's almost like we give them permission to manifest. We're focusing on them. Remember what the universe will do. It's going to meet us there and go, okay, let's make it so. This is what she wants. This is what she's focusing on. Okay, here you go. Here's the building blocks. Here are the particles going to start to come together to manifest it and make it so. So another part of our job, if you will, is to start acknowledging where it is already manifesting. If part of your desire was to see kindness between people, then acknowledge it when you see it. Someone holds the door open for you. That's an act of kindness. Thank you. You walk in the door, and then in your mind, you go, oh, hey, that was an act of kindness. Boom. It's manifested. That was part of my vision. And then what happens when we acknowledge it is we anchor it even more. It's almost like we anchor that little bit of light right there. It's like you drop a pin. Light manifesting love and kindness right here at the doorway going into the grocery store. Yay. And then celebrate it, right? See it, feel it. The feeling is like the turbo booster on all of this. Feel it happening. And then when you see it manifesting in the world, acknowledge it, celebrate it. Yes, someone was kind. And you could be doing that all day long because there's so much kindness in the world. That's that nirvanic state that is the reality. Yeah. So see it, your vision, feel your vision of how you want things to be. Feel it. Choose it. There's power in conscious choice. I consciously choose fill in the blank. So I would love to hear what your desires are for 2023, what your vision is for 2023, so that I can hold the space for your beautiful new year, for your 365 days of potential. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. And here is to a fabulous new year filled with so much light, so much love, so much expansiveness and growth. And may it just be a rockin' year. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. For more inspiration or to find out more about my work and upcoming classes, please visit ourinnerwisdom.com. And for beautiful crystals and minerals, please visit our sister site at earthgallery.com. Until next time, keep tapping in to your own inner wisdom.